I think I got it. I have it in the bag. Respond with the overdrive against an overdrive. Let's go. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another episode of Character Bingo, where I randomly pick a character, try them, listen to the theme, review their lore, and rate them. At the same time, I am trying to find myself a new main. Alright, let's press that random button. Nagoriyuki, okay! That is one of those who I've been really excited to try out. Like, look at him. He's a vampire samurai, I don't have to explain myself. I usually go for this color, but I'm really feeling the number 2, to be honest. Before we even start playing with him, let's see who he even is. We're back on the character page, and here he is. And he's the only one who is one-shot, surprisingly. He's not a rushdown character, so he's like a more burst character, like he does a lot of damage in little bursts. Nagoriyuki, easy to use, 2 stars. Well, that's rough. A noble vampire samurai whose vampiric blade delivers devastating blows. A large vampire samurai. His supernatural vampire abilities complement his substantial frame and outstanding fighting skills. That's the only thing we know about What? No. We are gonna find some lore about him. Nagoriyuki is a knightly samurai and the retainer of a man named Kazusanosuke. I butchered that name so bad. During the Crusades, he encountered Happy Chaos, who used his powers to force him to do his bidding. At some point after these events, Nagoriyuki paid a vast sum to rent out the basement level of a luxurious high-rise in Illyria, where he spent the next several decades in meditative hibernation. The description in Arc System Games webpage doesn't do it justice. I should have done this, the Guilty Gear wiki, from the start, because this gives a lot more information. I guess it could be quite long, but I guess I can just read it and then summarize. So basically in Guilty Gear Strive events, he was awakened by Happy Chaos again, who controlled him, but to do his bidding. He also develops a rivalry with Soul Bad Guy, with whom he develops some sense of respect, because Nago praises him and tells his flaws in battle as they fight. During a battle with Soul, he breaks free of Chaos's control and allows Soul to defeat him. Then the villains of the story, or so-called villains, Ino and Happy Chaos, get defeated, and Nagoriyuki is then fully freed from Happy Chaos's control. I wish it would tell us more about Nago's personality and his views on the world like it does in most cases. Here we just get that he is a very skilled fighter and that he is that kind of honorable fighter who is like, you're doing good, I respect you for it, and so on and so forth. So apparently Nago has 2 themes, what do you fight for and crawl, so we're gonna listen to both of them, of course. So sorry if this video is a bit longer than usual. The guitar work of most of the songs are so good. Okay, so basically, I guess him being a vampire kind of brings out that kind of animalistic part of him out, where he is fighting for survival to drink blood, for blood, or something along the lines. Let's keep listening. When hell freezes over, sayonara. It's like it's like him being the vampire, so he can't die. He's just like, if something what happens to the world, I'll be fine. So good luck. So I guess he's a neutral person. So he doesn't meddle in things, but as we know, Happy Chaos made him meddle. Okay. Oh, wait, what? That's interesting, like a radio. Okay, that was interesting. That was very a big switch in lyrics and all like the mood of the lyrics. I don't know what it implies though, so. Exactly, but I will fight it till the day I die. So, in a weird way, it feels like he's talking about survival, but he's immortal because he's a vampire. So it's a bit conflicting in that sense. I wonder why. The world is starting to reject you. So I guess maybe the world is out to get him, even though we didn't read that from his story. And so he's trying to survive everybody who's trying to get him, even though, I don't know, he doesn't seem to be in any trouble because he can't die. Sayonara. Okay, this was really interesting. So, what I think it is about him having trouble with his immortality. That if everybody like lives to survive, but he's immortal, he has to, all he has to say is sayonara. So, I guess what does he fight for? Like what do you all fight? What does Leo fight for? What does Solo fight for? And so on and so forth. And I feel like that's what he's struggling. He doesn't know why he exists. So as I understand it, it's basically him trying to find the purpose, what he is fighting for, until he dies. But because he doesn't die, it can take ages. And maybe that is why he was in meditative state, hibernation or whatever, trying to figure that out for centuries. That all he has been doing for survival, but he is immortal. So what does he fight for? So that's what he is contemplating. There are bits and pieces where I enjoyed this one, but the main chorus didn't hit home as hard, sadly. But overall, it's a decent one. So like a solid 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. I don't know. Something along the line. In the middle of the pack right now. Ooh, already in the beginning it's so intense. Well, its name is Crawl, so it's understandable. Oh my god, this is intense. I love it. Huh. I want freedom of calm. We'll see what it means. Ooh, I remember this one. I've heard this one. Oh yeah, I love this chorus. So I'm getting the kind of no matter what vibes from here. And maybe it is connected to Happy Chaos. Like trying to get out of his control, maybe? We'll see. Oh, the guitar. Oh, I feel like it symbolizes something here. This song is so intense. I have already said it, but oh my god, the intensity just makes me so hype. Okay, I think this one is a bit easier to understand. It's about Nago being controlled by Happy Chaos, and he doesn't like it. Nago wants to be left alone. He doesn't want to be controlled, doesn't want to be a pawn of someone. So Nago isn't happy about his situation, the fate that devoured the rainbow, right? And so he's very pissed at life, at fate, at what is happening to him. Nevertheless, he's not gonna give up. He's gonna get through it. He's gonna fight for it, even if he has to crawl for it. That's what I think it's all about. It's about him fighting back. So already in two themes, it feels that he is that kind of person to not give up, to try no matter what, to do something as long as he can. And here he's trying to fight back against Happy Chaos. This theme I like a lot more, and it's so intense, like I said before, and it hits hard because of it. The chorus, you can feel the emotion, the weight in it, and the lyrics. I actually enjoyed the lyrics here as well. It kind of, I don't know. It evoked an emotional response, especially the chorus. The reason this one spoke to me is I feel like it's relatable. Like, who doesn't control you or influence you or restrict you in a way? And so you want to break free, you want to do what you love, but society or government or parents or other people always try to control you and your actions. And so you have to rebel against it, even if you have to crawl. Love this one. Now let's see how Nago's character transitions into gameplay. There are not too many things that I know about Nago, but let's go through them. 5P, 5S, 5HS, 5K. 6P, close slash, 6HS, 6K. 2P, 2S, 2HS, 2K, 2D. Jumping P, jumping S, jumping HS, jumping K, jumping D. In terms of movement, he can backdash, but he can't forward dash. He can just slowly walk. But I'm pretty sure he has other tools from his special abilities that he can use for movement. He also has a spammable slash. Nagoriyuki's unique thing is that he has a blood gauge right above his tension gauge. The more filled the gauge is, the more damage, speed and range his heavy slash attacks have. Nevertheless, filling the gauge makes Nagoriyuki enter the Blood Rage mode, where he has amazing range, speed and damage. However, it costs him 50% of his max health over time, and it doesn't let you cast any special moves, which makes him quite vulnerable in this mode. The first ability we're gonna talk about is this. Basically, Nago launches a clone of himself that deals damage. It's a good mid-range poke and is used in combos. Our next special move is this. It's basically him dashing and hitting a low attack where he knocks down the opponent. Then we have this, which is a good anti-air and combines well in combos. Well, remember me talking about some movement abilities in his specials, where here they are. Basically a rapid movement command where he dashes either forward or backwards depending on your command. All the specials that I've mentioned so far contribute to his blood gauge, basically they fill it up. However, there is one special that actually helps to lower the blood gauge, and it is a command grab. Well, as you can see for yourself, he just bites a chunk out of you and then the gauge depletes. Hey, Future Wicked here. So I forgot to mention the fact that all of his specials cancel into other specials. That's an important thing in his gameplay, so yeah. Now this is my favorite part of character overview, the overdrives. The first one is this, and if you have watched the video of me rating all the overdrives, you would know I find this one a god tier one. Did you see that? It's just magnificent. For the next one, we have to build our blood gauge and go into the Blood Rage mode. And do this. The damage, by the way, oof, it's so good. This one doesn't have that much animation effects, but just the satisfaction of hitting it, oof. Not to mention the damage, just wow. Now that we have gone over his kit, I want to go into training mode and just try a few things, and then I'll show you some games where I hopefully actually do something, because I know that Nagoriyuki is quite difficult to pull off, so wish me luck. The famous Chip versus Nagoriyuki matchup. I should be the one-shotting him, right? Ha! We're off to a good start, aren't we? Probably the quickest wall break I have ever experienced. Oh no. My eyes can't keep up with Chip. What the hell just happened? I don't want to play another round, please. This is torture. Like, what the hell? I'm a big ass vampire samurai and he juggles me like a tennis ball. This is going great. Wow, I hit my burst. That's the first one against him. Well, I know that I was supposed to one-shot him, but he just Uno reverse caught me and then here we are. Okay, let's try this again with another Chip player. Somehow I managed to forget everything that Nago does. I got 2 hits in and he lost 1/3 of his health. Wow. Oh yeah, the grab itself doesn't have the dash in. I have to dash and then use the command grab. Ugh. Nice, my first round. Now all we gotta do is secure the second. Okay, I didn't play this well, but somehow I still won. To finish off, I want to give you my thoughts about Nagoriyuki. He's super fun to play, I enjoy his kit, and it is satisfying to use. Not to mention the insane damage. However, I did feel a bit restricted sometimes because of the blood gauge. I felt like I want to go full ham, full in, all balls to the walls and stuff, but I couldn't because I was afraid of the blood gauge of going into blood rage. But it's understandable because otherwise the character would be too OP. But it did get in the way of fun sometimes, but I think it's more of a user error than character problem, because I think good players know how to balance offense and the blood gauge management. Like, they know how to balance that part and how to mitigate that, maybe even in mid combos, like using the command grab or just normals to lower the blood gauge. For his design, I find it really cool. Like, first of all, if you think about a samurai, a traditional Japanese samurai, you think of a like mid-sized person in a big suit, but here Nagoriyuki is himself like really big and beefy, which is an interesting take on a samurai. Not to mention the interesting helmet. I understand that in traditional Japanese, the helmets or masks sometimes were a bit, I guess, creepy in a way to strike fear into the enemies. But here he feels more animalistic or even devilish because of the horns. However, the rest of his clothes and his sword is inspired from Japanese. Maybe not samurai per se, because some of the garments didn't seem like the samurai armor, but something just from a Japanese style. And I find that interesting. It feels like Nagoriyuki has 2 sides to him. He's that kind of devilish animalistic vampire, but also like traditional Japanese martial artist. So there's like human and creature-like elements to him. Even the duality of his mask and him without the mask, right? Because he has like beautiful bright blue eyes, but in the mask there's no eyes, right? So interesting elements there. However, that duality doesn't come off in his story, or so as much as I know from what we read and listened to. Now the question is, will I play him or even main him? Well, no, I don't think so, because he doesn't fit my playstyle. I love rushdown characters more. Probably, yeah, rushdown characters. but he's like a burst character, and I feel like I don't like that, and especially with someone who doesn't have that good of defensive options, and that kind of puts me off of him. I'm sure if I felt the incentive to learn him, there would be other options for defense or whatever, and I would be probably able to play him well, but I just don't feel that incentive to learn him. I guess the search for a main just continues, so I guess I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.